No, it just started. There's only 2 minutes in. Oh. I mean, I was just qualifying. You joined as a racer, not a spectator. Yes, you did. What do you mean? We are live. Week 7, I think this is. Can I get a fact check on that? Week 7 here, and we're at Mugello Circuit. Me and my boy, Marcus Osborne, in the booth for tonight. Marcus will be back in a second. He actually seems like a fettuccine got stuck in his throat, so he has to go deal with that. Anyways, we're here at Mugello. So far, nobody's qualified. This track is a pretty fun track to drive. We got some nice flowy circuit here with a giant long straight. Unfortunately, you guys missed Bob Lindell and the number 77 Porsche's beautiful driver's briefing. And we have our first drivers on the qualifying with Mike Braun with a 149.2. Followed closely behind by Adam Walkay with a 149.6. And then third for now is Jeffrey McDonald with a 155. You fix it yet?
Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at a black screen, and this is Season 5, Week 7. You just heard from my co-host, Devin Adams, that I did indeed join as a driver and not a spectator, but I'm bringing it back up. We're going to go on board with our host, Devin Adams, who is going to be driving around the track. He's here now in the booth. Devin Adams, are you still on the track?
I am not on the track.
That's okay, because I won't be able to see you anyways, because I am a driver and not a spectator.
Still?
I couldn't join back in as a spectator because it won't let you join as a different role.
Oh.
That's incredible.
Okay, we'll get it ironed out for next race.
What a blunder. But we're sitting here, a P1, of course, Scott Kimbrough. And P2, we got Savio Panicia, who just got knocked down to P3, because in P2 is... I think P2 and P3 are new. Henry Brown and Savio Panicia. They ran with us in Imola, but they didn't race in any other league races, have they?
No, they have not.
Those are new names. Coming to dethrone Scott Kimbrough, possibly. He's only qualifying 3/10 behind. I see you did not put down a qualifying time.
I'm working on it. Me and this track, we don't really get along. It's too flowy for me.
And you really gotta, just hit those sausage curbs. And the Ford is not about sausage curbs.
No. The Ford does not like the sausage curbs. You will spin.
Especially, I'm assuming, you're probably just on, the baseline setup.
Yep. or whatever. I think we're a medium downforce sprint.
Oh yeah, of course. You'd be using the fixed setup I set up because this is my thing. I remember. I got you. Well, we got about 2 minutes left to qualifying, and we will get this race underway. This is a sprint week doubleheader, so we have a 30-minute race here at Mugello, and then everyone's gonna hop in their private jets, fly straight to Canada for a race at Montreal. Also, another very sausage curb heavy track. Is that Chicanes R Us?
Yes, it is.
That is Chicanes R Us.
We love Chicanes R Us.
Will definitely be an interesting race. We have at the end, there's only 2 weeks left. Next is the season finale at Silverstone, week 8, race 8. That'll be an endurance race to finish off season 5 here. One of our biggest seasons participation wise. I've been loving it. It's been fun broadcasting for you guys, but we got some drop weeks already calculated in because there is 3 drop weeks, so your 3 lowest scores don't count. But with those calculated in so far, we have the front runners on the podium. Scott Kimbrough in first place, 241 points. Behind him, second place, we got Jake Luther, 226 points, and following Jake Luther for third, 220 points, Mike Braun. Are Jake Luther and Mike Braun both here today? Mike Braun is. I don't see Jake Luther.
Jake Luther is not here today.
Jake Luther could be using, this might be one of his drop weeks. Hopefully he'll be able to make it back for the finale. Everyone only has 1 drop week calculated. So he can miss this one, show up for the next one, he'll be fine, but things are going to be heating up. As for team results, we still have in first place Mike Braun and Scott Kimbrough of Empire Racing. Have a pretty commanding lead of 449 points to P2, Shut Up and Drive at A. Justin Hall and Jake Luther are sitting at 348 points, so 101 point difference there. Could be a lot to make up, but if Jake Luther isn't able to show up, who knows what could happen. And third place, we got Shut Up and Drive at B at 331. There could still be quite the battle between Shut Up and Drive at A and B. We'll see how that plays out tonight. Shut Up and Drive at B is Bradley Alvis and Kevin Medina. And it looks like we got some cars lining up on the grid. Where'd you end up qualifying? You didn't put in the time.
I did not put in a time.
You disgust me.
This Ford is difficult.
Well, I'm gonna go disqualify you, and I'm gonna disqualify me.
That's not very nice.
Marcus Osborne has disqualified you. Thank you, Marcus Osborne. All right, we got the grid. You want to run us through the grid?
I would love
That's
to
your
run us through the
deal.
grid. We got Scott Kimbrough in first with a 147.9. He upgraded his lap time 0.3 from his practice. Henry Brown with a 148.2 in second place. Savio Panicia in third with a 148.3. We got Mike Braun in fourth with a 149.1. We got Aubrey Kundal in fifth with a 149.2. Jeffrey McDonald in sixth with a 149.3. Nate Sides in seventh with a 149.4. Adam Walke in eighth with a 148.96. Landon Orr with... Why is this so difficult right now? Landon Orr in ninth with a 152. Chris Wells in 10th with a 158. Tied for 10th with Luke Henley in 11th with a 150.814. Fen Assini in 12th with a 159. Tony Casado in 13th with a 151.1. John Kelly in 14th with a 151.1. Michael Doyen in 15th. Or John Kelly in 14th. Michael Doyen in 15th with a 151.7. And Bob Lindell, our Lord and Savior, in 16th with a 153.2. Then we have Nick Terrell and Mitch Buenaventura, who did not qualify.
That is interesting. I wonder if Mitch Buenaventura is taking up the old Nick Terrell tactic of not qualifying, making his way back up through the grid.
If I had to guess, that's probably what's going on.
I'd love to show you
Make
some
sure you go on
replays
live too.
from qualifying. I am on live view.
Okay.
Am
Just
I?
making sure.
Yeah, I'm on live.
I thought so.
Don't make me second guess myself. So, what did you think of Mugello? What do you think is going to be the key tonight with your on-track experience?
Well, since nobody's driving the Ford, I can't really give any good advice.
They're
I
all the
will
same.
say-
They're all GT3 cars.
I will say, it helps having a dash that is not a bunch of pixels.
Well, you have your own custom dash, so
See,
I don't see the
but
problem there.
that is true. That is true. But another thing is those sausage curbs. Those things are killers. If you hit one of those, you're spinning.
Sausage curbs are killers. I did the IMSA endurance races a couple weekends ago on the LMP2, and they were
Ooh.
killers in that.
Oh yeah. LMP2 does not like curbs at all. Especially if you have a butt kicker. Going over those curbs in LMP2 feels like you're actually going over the curbs.
That's the goal. The simulation.
No. You don't understand.
I don't understand.
They feel more like speed bumps
I am
than
not-
curbs.
I am not a former OMEC Season 2 champion. I do not have the skills to understand like you do. We got a full base lap here, which is surprising because it's a European track. Usually they have half base laps. You got any fun facts about Mugello? Do you know how it's pronounced? Is it Mugello or Mugello?
I think it's Mugello.
I don't like that.
Why not?
Mugello sounds better.
Well, I don't think they have Jello in
Well, it's not
France?
Jello. France. It's Italian, my guy.
Italy. Same thing. Same thing.
Will be some angry Italians in the chat.
Hey, we're American.
There's 7 people
If it's in
watching this
Europe,
right
all the
now,
same thing.
and if one of them happens to be Italian,
We're getting canceled.
yes. Did you know races were held on public streets around Mugello in the 1920s? The
Really?
village was half a kilometer from the current circuit.
What happened to the village?
Unsure.
Oh.
The permanent circuit was designed in 1973 and opened in 1974. It's 3.1 miles.
Who designed it?
Do you think it was Herman Tilke? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
This
No.
doesn't seem like a Tilke drome.
No.
It is owned by Ferrari,
I'm not surprised.
so I'm gonna say Ferrari designed it. It doesn't say person. It doesn't say. It just says owned by Ferrari. Ferrari designed it.
Bob Lindell and the number 77 Porsche designed it.
Bob Lindell is an amazing track designer.
That's
Well, there
what
we
he does
go.
in free
The
time.
cars are coming into the pits. Green light's gonna be flying here. We got Scott Kimbrough up front, and we got the 2 newcomers to the league, Henry Brown, Savio Panicia. Gonna be looking to make a move on him, I am assuming. And there's the green light, and there they go. Scott Kimbrough gonna keep that inside line. Henry Brown in that Turner BMW gonna try to make a move on the outside, but he's got Scott's teammate Mike Braun right behind him in that other Empire Racing Audi. Like everyone's making it through. I don't see any crashes yet. Scott Kimbrough was able to keep the lead. Henry Brown right behind him, and Mike Braun right behind Henry Brown. That's a tongue twister of names fighting each other. I don't like it.
I would like to say that there's a new Mercedes on the track. A nice red one.
A new Mercedes.
Yes, sir.
I do like new Mercedes. There was Bob Lindell getting passed by that guy. Adam Walkay went off track. Was it serious? Oh, boy. Nate Sides, or Landon Orr, bumping off the track, and then he gets ran into by that red Mercedes you were just talking about.
That's not good. It's
That
not a
was-
good look for Mercedes.
Was that net code or just a little? It seemed violent, like it just jumped out of nowhere. Oh,
Get a different angle on that.
this bumper. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get cockpit on this. Landon Orr, not a super aggressive driver, so
No.
I have to imagine it's some sort of netcode. We're gonna see. We're gonna go cockpit. He's coming around the left. Can't see much. He's taking him too wide through turn 2 here, turns 2 and 3. Coming up on the inside, looks like Adam just crosses over there. Landon
Nope.
tries to turn, but he gets pit maneuvered. Unfortunately, it looks like Landon was worse out of that one, because then he gets T-boned about right here by that brand new Mercedes. There you go.
Oh. That'll buff out though.
Gets it back on track. Landon Orr. Oh, we still got Kim Brow and Mike Braun up front. I wonder how Mike Braun got around Henry Brown. We're gonna take a look at that. Oh, looks like Henry Brown just ran wide in that BMW. Wasn't quite ready for it. Let him slip by on the inside. And that also let his teammate Savio Panicia ahead of him. Jeff McDonald is in a Ninja Botanicals Ferrari tonight and got around Nate Sides.
New channel.
Did you see this?
Rate them in your Southwest Florida.
He got rid of the Porsche.
Good.
Is the Porsche not
The
good
Porsche-
here tonight or what?
The Porsche isn't good at all.
Look at this Ferrari.
I'm just gonna put it out there.
You see this Ferrari?
That's a nice looking car.
It's very bright.
I think it's about the same as the Porsche, or his Porsche.
I thought his Porsche was like yellow.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's
John Kelly's
oh,
was
who's his
yellow.
teammate? Who's his teammate?
John Kelly. And the yellow Porsche.
And this is Jeff McDonald?
Jeff McDonald is in the Ferrari.
Oh, okay. I'm just lost.
Henry Brown Aubrey Condal just made a great pass on Henry Brown. We're gonna go back and take a look at that. I think there was a fight because there was a pass, and a pass. Aubrey Condal swinging around the outside or coming in on the inside. Henry Brown maybe looks like tries to do the switcheroo. He's gonna make a move on the inside of this big sweeper here. He does. He makes a move there. Aubrey Condal makes it too wide all the way through that big sweeper there, coming up this straightaway. Throws it up the inside. The still too wide through this series of corners, and there he comes out on top. That was some good racing by Aubrey Condal.
Nice clean pass.
Clean like 2 passes, and now he's all over the back of Jeff McDonald in that brand new lime green Ninja Botanicals Ferrari.
Ninja Botanicals. Every time you say it, I'm gonna have to do the commercial.
Ninja Botanicals.
Rate them in Southwest Florida. NinjaChannels.com.
We got McDonald, Condal, and Sides all on a little train here. We got Condal behind McDonald looking to make a pass, and that has let Nate Sides catch up to the back of him. That Audi is definitely a quick one, the 711 Cup Audi. Looking to make a pass on these 2 Ferraris. I do know the Ferraris, I mean, for me anyways, like to really eat the front tires. And I think the Audi is the opposite for me. It really likes to steer itself with the back end. So I think if Nate can just kind of bide his time behind these Ferraris, after about 20 so minutes, once those tires start to heat up, he might be able to make a good pass. Behind them, we got our boy Bob Lindell. Has a whole gaggle of cars behind him. He is behind Chris Wells. And then he has the Ferraris of Fennicini, Adam Walk, Hay, and that Porsche of Mitch Buenaventura, who started last, has made his way all the way back up to 14th. Nick Tyrrell's made his way up to 9th. We missed a lot of that action. Unfortunately, might have to do a little bit of replay. There's Bob staying all over the back of Chris Wells. We got Fennicini going wide there. That let Adam Wake get around. We're going to go on board with Adam Wake. That's what we're going to do with a gyro. I do like that Ferrari interior. He's kind of a little farther away back from Bob than I was going to think. What happened to Bob? Do you take some uppers tonight? He's in attack mode. Look at him. He's almost top 10. Adam is
and he's not even muted in the Discord.
Yeah, Adam is no slouch. Adam's quick driver. Mitch Buenaventura's quick driver. And from this view, does not look like Adam is catching up to Bob at all. In fact, it looked like Adam's struggling a little bit. Maybe pushed in a little too hard. Keeps running a little wide. Bob looks really composed.
Maybe this is what happens when Bob isn't talking to the shadow people.
That could be. Although it looks like he's starting to gain on him now. That series of corners, Bob was definitely a little slower. This right-hander here. Chris Wells also getting a little loose in front of him. Adam's back on the bumper of Bob, looking to make a pass. Comes through these S curves. I did not learn the track. I didn't learn the corner names. Did you?
I can look them up.
Look up those corner names. I will be right back. I'm gonna go on mute for a second. It's all you. Take it away.
Oh man, you can't do this to me. Looks like they're going through San Donato right now. Looks like we're on board with... I'm not sure who that is, actually. Ah, we're on board with Adam Wake. Looks like he's going through Matarassi into Borgo San Lorenzo right now. Nice wide line into Borgo. He's on attack mode right now, trying to catch up to Chris Wells in the gray Mercedes through Casanova. Into Savelli. He wants that spot, he just doesn't know how to get it, it looks like. Into Corantayo, he's got the position. He got it, he got that pass off clean. Over the start-finish line. Now, that puts Adam Wake in 10th. That's rounding off your top 10 right there. Into turn 1, San Donato. Gets a little bit hairy, he gets rear-ended. Looks like he's losing power. Poggio Secco. Turn 3. Through Matarassi. Chris Wells did not get that position after Adam Wake's interesting little debacle. Adam Wake is getting super loose all of a sudden. Adam Wake spins out, self-spun, teleports back to pits. Wonder what happened there. Chris Wells knocking time down on Nick Terrell. Man, that was a big wreck from him. Adam Wauke was missing a rear spoiler. That's most likely what caused that incident. And there was contact between him and who is that? Benassini. Like Scott Kimbrow's not having the easiest time of his life kicking Savio Panicio off his back. With Adam Wauke's disconnection, that throws Bob Lindell and Bob Lindell into the pits.
I'm back.
Bob Lindell into the pits.
There was a work emergency. There is I missed a bunch of stuff. I saw the Adam crash. What happened? Adam crashed, but he had no rear bumper.
No spoiler, no bumper, nothing. It looks like he had a little bit of contact with. The name is just not registering right now.
Adam went off track with Fenn Achini. Nope, that was still
that
no
was
bumper.
Panici.
But he didn't have a bumper before that.
Yeah, somebody rear-ended him.
He'd been
Couldn't
going
tell
around
from.
that long without the bumper?
Yep. Pull Bob Lindell in here. Let's see what happened to him.
I will pull Bob Lindell in here while I find out what happened to our boy Adam. Bob, what happened?
Oh man, it was a good time for a little bit there. I decided to put up my drifting skills to test around that corner, and I gotta practice that. That's all I'm saying.
Up on the Assetto Corsa a little bit.
Yeah, gotta pop on there, but I don't know. It's a beautiful day for driving around a track, so I'll just do some laps.
There you go.
You did have a little rear end damage there. Maybe that was causing it.
Yeah, it definitely could have been. There was a little bit of altercation earlier on than this. So. Okay, now.
All right.
Oh, now I've got to drive through.
I was just singing your praises. I said, Bob, it took some uppers tonight. He was.
Oh.
You were in it. You were fighting. You're almost top 10.
Yeah, well, Patrick's gone tonight, so I've kind of lost my teammate. We're gonna take a drop week for sure in team stuff, so might as well take one in my individual points too.
Oh, there is the drift where Fennicini came into the back of you. Let's rewind to that.
I think hopefully Fen made it out okay.
I had to step away from the broadcast for a second. We're piecing it all back together to see what happened. Yeah, there was that drifting. Fenn had a little bump into you. That put you into almost into the wall. Not too bad.
Yeah, it stuffed one of my wheels in funny, so I had zero control after that. Couldn't even limp it back to the pits. Had to tow.
That is unfortunate. Like everyone is spread out. We got about 15 minutes left in the race. Well, good luck, Bob.
All right.
With
Thanks
the
a lot.
rest of your race, no problem. I step away for a couple seconds. That's not correct. I gotta get everything back here. All right. Well, we're back. Scott Kimbrough still in the lead, not pulling away a ton like he usually does. Only about 2.5 seconds to Savio. Savio's a quick guy out there. Unfortunately, we got Bob and Adam a lap down. I cannot believe.
Disconnected.
Yeah, he's gone. I can't believe how long he drove around with no rear bumper.
Exactly.
The whole back
Think
end of his car
we-
just missing.
Think he'll be joining us for Chicanes RS?
I hope so. He does need a comeback.
Where is he at in the standing? Let's find out.
He's fairly high up there.
He's in 16th.
Gonna see what happened with John Kelly here when he went off track. Just got into the back of the veterans Porsche there. Looked like a little bit of net code, kind of weird. Luke Penley and that red Mercedes. What a drift right into that Porsche. So the veterans Porsche there got a little net code bump from John Kelly. And then Luke Penley in that red Mercedes comes Tokyo drifting right into that corner with Nate Sides behind him. A little bump there, that spins him off. Brakes held, keeps it under control, stays in the grass.
That poor Mercedes.
That was quite the crash, though. Aubrey Kundal went off track. Wheel to wheel with Jeff McDonald in that Ferrari. Looks like they got a little mixed up there. Maybe a little bit of net glue, both into the grass, kept it out of the wall. Probably going to be some upset people there. Aubrey Kundal has passed Nate Sides for P5. Coming into what looks like turn 1. Got stuck on the inside and got the pass done. And we are back live. We have 11 minutes left. Everyone's pretty spread out except Landon Orr, who is all over the back of Mitch Buenaventura in that sooty Porsche. Not taking any prisoners, poking his nose on the inside there. Coming around that final hairpin, this looks like the start-finish straight. It is. He's all over the back of him. Gonna be getting that draft on this big, long straightaway here, coming up to turn 1. I think he's gonna send it up the inside. I think he's gonna try to make the outside stick.
Probably gonna try to make the outside stick.
There he goes, doing the outside. Hopefully he can get a little later on the braking. Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
I think Buenaventura still had the better line. They both got kind of a messed up front end. That's gonna be messing with their downforce a little bit. But he is all over the back of him. He is not going to let him go. Forward Nate Sides, Buenaventura getting a little loose in that Porsche. We are on the medium downforce setup tonight. Doesn't look like there is quite a lot of grip out there. I see a lot of people choosing to not take the sausage curbs.
Sausage curbs are killers. We're gonna see that tonight here at Mugello and Chicanes RS.
Landon Orr flipping on that wiper so we can get a little better visibility to hunt down the back of that Porsche. He's only got about 10 minutes left to make his move to get up in the top 10. His teammate Nate Sides up in P6. And there goes Landon Orr, sends it up the inside. Ooh, just because the pass done, closes the door, and he is going to be out of there. Not sure if Buenaventura let him by or he may have just made a mistake. But Landon took that opportunity, and now he's going to try to chase down Nick Terrell, although he's 8 seconds behind. Not much you can do about Nick Terrell, but Nick Terrell's trying to chase down Tony Casito, only 3.5 seconds behind him. What did Nick Terrell's race start look like? With the green flag.
Well, he's going from 17th to 9th, so it had to be action-packed.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and take a look at it. Here's Nick Terrell coming off the line. We're gonna go cockpit view, coming up here to turn 1. He's behind 3 Mercedes. Gets around them like they're standing still in his new Ferrari. Looks like he went to go take the inside line. That is Tony Casito, looks like in front of him. Possibly, was that Nate Sides in the Audi? I haven't remembered. He's here through the S-curves, taking it easy, too wide with the Sudi Mercedes there. He wastes no time. Challenge him on the inside, getting that wiper action going. A lot of people at the wipers tonight. There was that crash there, easily avoided. Coming up here to this downhill sweeper chicane. Pretty exciting. Just kind of stays out of trouble, makes it happen. Later in the race, when we had that that was the crash from Landon Orr. Nine minutes in the race, he was still battling with that Sudi Mercedes. Got around him right there. And it was a little less exciting than I thought it was going to be. I'll be honest with you. It looks like he's just kind of keeping it clean, picking his battles, and just slowly makes his way up to P9. I just passed Devin Adams for P19, and that's pretty exciting.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
How did you even... How?
I don't know. Marcus Osborne passed Devin Adams. Good luck. Luke Penley passed Michael Doyen. Luke Penley in that red Mercedes going around the outside. Michael Doyen gets tripped up by that sausage curb a little bit, and he gets around him no problem. That Mercedes power for you. What you're all about. I do like that livery.
It's so nice.
We got John Kelly all over the back. Chris Wells. Chris Wells has a missing front bumper, and that's going to be a problem for him. That's going to leave him vulnerable to John Kelly and that Ninja Botanicals Porsche coming up on the attack. Coming through sector 1, these two S curves back to back. It looks like the Porsche might struggle there a little bit. But that missing front bumper, I think he's definitely going to have him on top speed. John Kelly did get around Chris Wells. I was watching it. I feel like I dissociated there for a little bit. There goes John Kelly making that pass. Beautiful. I was watching that the whole time, and my brain did not register it one bit. I'm sorry, everyone. There you go. There's John Kelly's pass. I'm proud of you. And in front of John Kelly, I said Nick Terrell was hunting down Tony Casito, and he is. He's closed the gap from about 4 seconds to 1.8 in that OMEC Ferrari. Definitely hunting down that Porsche. Surprisingly, I was going to say the Porsche is not that strong, but we do have Savio up there in P2. We have Nick Terrell, who is hunting down Tony Casito as we speak. It's went from 1.8 seconds to 1.4 seconds. Cockpit view with Nick Terrell. How do you like that little iPad rear camera?
He's in the Ferrari?
Yeah, he's in the Ferrari. He's switching it up.
I've never seen that.
I mean, you did last race and the race before that, but
No.
we'll gloss over that fact.
No.
That you are a professional broadcaster and you don't remember who shows up every week.
No, it's the... I know who comes in and out. I'm talking about the little iPad.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Nick in the Ferrari.
No. I know Nick's here.
Oh.
I just never noticed that the thing was an iPad.
I don't think it's an iPad, but it looks like one.
Yeah.
Actually,
You
it
just have-
looks like a
Have you
little
driven the
knockoff
first
Android
car?
tablet. Driven the what?
Porsche Mission R?
Absolutely. I bought that when it came out. I'm that kind of sucker.
As did I. Don't worry. The entire dash is the rear view.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Except it was cool in VR, but I can't see it on single monitor.
Exactly.
Yep.
I can barely see it on triples.
It's pretty terrible. I can't drive it at all. I can't. You don't shift, and that bothers me. It's like, what gear is this corner? Oh, it's a first gear corner, like every corner. And while we're on the subject of ranting about the Mission R, why is the quali setup twice as powerful as the normal race setup?
More battery usage.
Well, maybe like in the GT3 cars, if they're like, yeah, we put in a bigger engine for qualifying. So you have to learn how to drive a completely different driving vehicle for qualifying. It's terrible. I am a fan of it overall, though. Nick Terrell closed the gap down to 1.4 seconds. We went to the cockpit view to see him make the pass, and then just fell apart. Back down to 1.9 seconds. Slowing down. I think that's the Ferrari eating the tires. Just like Aubrey Condal. Do you think Ferrari's eating his tires a little bit? Probably. He's 4 seconds behind Mike Braun. He's usually a front runner up there, but in the Ferrari tonight, I mean, still front runner, top 5, but the Canadians have infiltrated. They're making moves. The highest placing OMEC team member tonight, Nate Sides, in that Audi. He's kept it clean all race, hasn't he? He hasn't wrecked. Was it Landon that got caught up? He's kept it clean all race. Jeff McDonald finishing up pretty
Landon.
high. It was Jeff McDonald still clean
Landon
in his
and
Ferrari.
Adam Walker.
Up in P7. Tony Casito last week, a little aggressive. This week, I think he's calmed down a little bit. He's there in P8, just trying to keep Nick Terrell behind him. Nick Terrell finally has closed the gap down to less than a second. I think he might be struggling a little bit, having some consistency, or Tony Casito is able to just bang out some quick laps and get him behind him. Tony Casito's fastest lap is 0.3 faster than Nick Terrell's. I have to imagine Tony Casito is sweating inside that Porsche. He can't quite get the rear view camera view there. You can't if we go like that. You get that Ferrari behind you. He is doing pretty good, keeping under pressure, not making a lot of mistakes. Keeping Terrell behind him, but he is 0.5 seconds behind him. He has to get a good run. Looks like Terrell got a better run where this final hairpin coming onto the main straight. Terrell a little late on the brakes. See who can get on the gas sooner. Terrell washes out wide, but he still gets a better run. He is closing that gap. He's in the draft. He's going to be making a move coming up here to turn 1. He's going to throw it up the inside or try to make it stick on the outside. Tony Casito doesn't make a defensive line, leaves the door open. Nick Terrell is going to take that door, going to walk right through it, sends it up the inside, gets the pass done. Tony Casito tries to... What word am I trying to think of? Don't know what word I'm trying to think of. What word am I trying to think of? What's the pass? I'm losing it tonight. I'm losing it tonight.
I have no idea.
Either way, Nick Terrell has passed Tony Casito. He heard me talking shit about him. He got the pedal down. He made up some speed. Everyone else pretty spread out. We got Henry Brown behind his... I'm not sure if they're formally, like, officially teammates in our team spreadsheet, but they were teammates for Imola, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
Yes, so I'm going to call them teammates. They're working together. They are on 2 and 3. They're both from Canada. They know what's up. You got a fun fact about Canada?
There's a lot of moose in Canada. Did you know? Actually, I do have a fun fact about Canada.
Hell yeah! What's
What do
your
you
fun
think
fact?
Canada's national sport is?
Curling.
What?
Curling?
Nope.
This is the checkered
I'll give
flag.
you one more guess.
Give me one more guess. Hockey.
Nope. It's lacrosse.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yes, it does.
But
Lacrosse was their first sport.
As we were talking about fun facts about Canada, the race has ended. Scott Kimbrough, P1, P2, Savio, and P3, Henry, the Canadians. Mike Braun in P4, Aubrey Kundal in P6, Nate Sides P7, Jeff McDonald. Nate Sides P6, Jeff McDonald P7. Nick Terrell made his way all the way up to P8. Tony Castillo in P9, and Landon Orr are wrapping up our top 10. Looks like we got a couple OMEC people there in the top 10. That was a pretty exciting race. I've missed some of the exciting parts, unfortunately. But let's see if we can get some interviews. P1, P2, Kimbrough, Panicia.
These interviews are all you tonight, my man.
You got to do some of them. You want Kimbrough or Panicia?
Let me talk to Savio.
All right.
I always talk to Scott.
Oh, they're here. I ain't even got to talk to them. You're going to get to talk to Savio and Henry Brown. We're going to pull them in at the same time.
Sweet.
They are here. Savio and Henry, your first showing to a league race that's not the Imola special event. How'd that go for you?
Well, I'd say for me it was I mean, it was rough. I kind of killed my tires very early on, and fuel saving also. I didn't think I'd have to fuel save, but then last lap I had to fuel save so I could make it. But it was a rough race, but I learned from it at least.
Yeah, mine didn't start off too great, going yield back-to-back laps to start off, but decent pace, just inconsistent, and yields all over the place really ruined me from the start.
How did you guys like the track tonight? Are you guys Mugello enjoyers or?
No, I'm not.
I'm a big fan. There's a couple corners that remind me of a good old-fashioned oval racing with the trail braking, so I'm a big old fan of this.
Oh, you enjoy oval racing?
I dabble.
Okay. Super speedway enjoyer?
Not a super speedway lover. We can tolerate. I'm a bit of a short track guy myself.
I gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of practice did you guys have to put in for this race?
I put in probably like 5 minutes of driving each car and picking a car that I want, and that's it.
Yeah, we ran about probably 15 minutes of a hosted, and then I switched cars, ran about 5-10 laps of the Beamer, and was like, good enough. We'll see how it goes.
Honestly, that's impressive. That's what I like to hear. I just hopped in, picked a car, got
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
So
Hopefully,
the
I'm hoping
BMW
better
too.
for the next race.
Yeah, I'm a big BMW fan. Me and Savio ran the Daytona 24 this year, and we won our split by about 7 laps in the Beamer. So it's a nice
Congratulations.
little appreciate it. Nice little bias towards it.
See, I'm not a fan of the BMW, but Marcus over here.
Yeah.
Don't even get
They-
him started on the
The
BMW.
BMW's the go. It's the most boring car, but
I
But
didn't
it's
want to
great.
get you started on it.
It's a very acquired taste. It's a different driving style. I like to think myself.
absolutely.
Got anything
Yeah.
else for these guys, Marcus?
I don't. Thanks for showing up, racing with us. I have one question for you.
Yes.
What's the
Go for
official sport of Canada?
I feel it's a trick question here.
It's lacrosse.
Attaboy.
Hey.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Good thing I didn't answer.
No worries here. We're true patriot out here. What can I say? Patriot.
All right. Well, we'll let you get your 5 minutes of practice in for Montreal, and then we'll see you back here for the next race.
Alright, thank
Appreciate
you.
All right. See you
Thank
guys.
you. Have a
You
good
too.
one.
Bob Lindell is here. Scott Kimbrough is away for a little bit. He might not be able to make it for this interview, but we got the next best thing, and that's Bob Lindell. What's up?
Hey everybody. This is
Bob Lindell here.
making my first appearance in the interview booth for taking last. So this is a victory that I made it to week 7 without having to be the one. So it's all right.
What do you think? How do you think you're gonna do better at Montreal? What have you learned?
I think Montreal I once described in a write-up as "Oops, all chicanes." So I love me a chicane. So we'll see what happens. I like bumping the Porsche through those. So we'll see what happens. I'm not very practiced up on it, so we'll see.
Definitely. So you're sticking with the Porsche. You're not gonna switch up for the next race.
Heck yeah, sticking with the Porsche.
I like it. I like the Porsche. It is a pretty good paint job by our boy Patrick Cantrell.
Yep, paints by Patrick. I wouldn't probably switch to a car until I got a new paint from Patrick. So I just have to be with the Porsche forever.
That is true. I asked for another paint from him, and he showed me his spreadsheet he has for all of the requests.
Oh, man.
He's busy. If he is not going to start charging money soon, he's missing out.
Nice. Well, yeah. So without him here tonight, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I can redeem myself in the next race.
Absolutely.
See how it goes.
Well, maybe you'll be back in here for P1 instead of P last.
That's right. Look out, Kimbrough.
Yeah. You want? Wait. Scott Kimbrough. Bob has some words for you.
Oh, I'm coming for you, Kimbrough. That's about what it amounted to. After this horrible finish, that's what's next.
Okay.
All right. See you later,
I'll
Bob.
do my best to be ready. Good luck, Bob.
Thanks.
Scott Kimbrough, P1. How did that race feel for you tonight?
Good. Sorry about the delay. A lot going on in the Kimbrough household, so I'm fortunate that I got to race this evening. So it was good therapy to take my mind off some other stuff and just try to stay out of trouble. It's a very tricky track there.
Not a problem. I feel that. How'd you feel about the new kind of competition we had back there? Savio and Henry Brown. They haven't shown.
Yeah.
They were only here for Imola. This is their first actual league showing. So how'd you feel racing against them?
Good. They were both fast. Kept me on my toes. I was just trying to manage the pace and make sure I didn't abuse fuel because it was not super close, but a little bit close. But yeah, it went okay.
Yeah, Savio was telling us that he had to do a little fuel saving there at the end to make it. So it was probably good you were saving some fuel.
Yeah, I did it more at the beginning and tried to make sure I was good towards the end in case I needed to push. But yeah, it was kind of tight, so it worked out just right.
Gotcha. Are you looking forward to Montreal? Which track do you like better, Montreal or Mugello?
I'd probably say I like them both about the same, and I don't know a lot about either one. I know Mugello's new on the service, but I honestly haven't raced at either track very often, so it'll be fun to do something different.
All right. Well, good luck. Let you get out of here, practice for the next race. We'll be probably talking to you next race.
I appreciate it. I need to get some practice. The Canadian group's probably going to spank me at this track, so
That's true.
I need to get some laps in.
Home
Thanks,
turf.
guys.
All right. See ya.
Yep. All right. Bye.
All right, that is it for Mugello. We're gonna get everything set up for Montreal. We're gonna take a quick break here, and we will pick back up around qualifying for the next session. Any final words till we fly to Canada, Devin?
I'm not ready to hit light speed.
All right, you better get ready. All right, we are back. This is the second round of week 7. We have made it all the way to Canada circuit. I'm gonna try to say it. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Circuit. There's a D in there somewhere. There isn't. Gilles Villeneuve. Do you think I got it right?
No.
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 How would you say it?
Gilles Villeneuve.
No, it's not Villeneuve. That's definitely not it. But we got.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I was pretty close.
You could be. We got 20 minutes of practice done. We're here qualifying. I'm correct now. I'm in the correct setting. I can see who's the first one out. John Kelly. Actually, first one out is Adam Walk-Hay in that brown Valhalla Ferrari. He's gonna go up there on his warm-up lap. I have a track map. He is coming down. This is turn 1, turn 2. No, he's already past that. That's turn 3, turn 4. He's coming around this big sweeper. That is turn 5. Into this quick left-hand chicanes are us 6 and 7. Followed by this big straight here. You really want to get on the gas as early as possible, but it really tricks you into just kind of smashing into that wall there. This is the big straight. That's also a big curve. Coming into turns 8 and 9, another chicane. This is chicanes are us. You really got to send the car over those curves right there, and then another big straight. It's not a straight. Onto this hairpin. Do you know the name of this hairpin, Devin Adams?
Do you know the name of this hairpin?
I do. I'm seeing if you know it.
I do not know the name of this hairpin.
Would you like to guess? I'll give you one guess. You can't Google it.
You caught me.
It's called the hairpin.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's literally called the hairpin. Le Pingo. That's French. Coming through here, final chicane. You gotta bump over those. That's the wall of champions right there. You gotta tap that on your way through. And this is Adam Walk-Hay's first flying lap. We're gonna go cockpit view. I do have the track map. We're going. This is turn 1. This left-hander. You gotta pop it over that curb. Turn number 2. A big 180-degree, seemingly never-ending corner onto this tiny straight up into the first chicane of turns 3 and 4. When you come across there, you gotta pop it over the curb there, pop it over the curb there, get on the gas, try not to fishtail and hit that wall. Through turn 5, it's kind of a straight, should be flat out if the tires are warmed up, into the next chicane, turn 6, turn 7. Again, hop it over that curb, hop it over the next curb, get a good exit, take it out wide, don't hit the wall, and you are on to the back straight here. That's not really straight, kind of curvy. Coming up to turns 8 and 9, yet another chicane. This time with a little bit of sausage curves. There you go. Pop it over that. Pop it over the next curb. Coming up to Le Pingo. I don't actually know how to say that. Coming up to the hairpin. This is the only track I can say the hairpin, and it's correct. No one on Reddit can yell at me for not knowing corner names, because guess what? That one's called the hairpin. You're gonna track it out wide, and you're gonna come up to the back of the Casino Straight, aka in French, the
Hairpin.
No, it's the Droid du Casino. That wasn't a really French accent, but here's the last chicane, which I hate. You gotta bounce over that, kiss the wall of champions, and across the line. What did he get for a lap time? First one to throw one down. He must have gotten off track somewhere because it did not pop up on my thing. Oh, there it is. Adam Walk-Hay, 137.84. Not the fastest. So far, the slowest. Still the slowest. Tony Casito finally put up a slower one. But in first place is Will Coffey in the Ferrari. What car do you think is going to dominate here tonight? You think it's going to be Ferrari,
Mercedes.
or it's not going to be the Mercedes? What's your real guess? Scott Kimbrough switched cars again. He trailers all sorts of different cars to all these races. Like, semi-trailer pulls up, he's like, what do I want? The Audi, the Lamborghini, the BMW. Did you see, though, our boy Chris Daniel, McLaren?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's gotta be one of the best looking cars.
I love the flames at the back. Did they really do that in real life? This is a very old car for people who are watching the broadcast. This car, MP4 12C, like this car is older than your grandpa. It's not raced in real life anymore, but it's raced in iRacing. But did it spit flames out like that?
Let's find out.
We're gonna see how Michael Doyen, where's he at? Got someone shouting him out in the chat. Mr. Costanza said, "Let's go, Michael Doyen."
It is a thing.
Let's go, Michael Doyen. Michael Doyen yet to put down a time. He is currently, I think this is his first lap. I wish it told me if it was his first lap or his second lap. But he's out there putting down a time. He's coming at the back straight. He's coming up to the hairpin.
Not just any hairpin.
Navigates his way around the hairpin.
Again, not just any hairpin.
Yeah, not just any hairpin. The Ninja Botanicals #1 Kratom supplier in Florida hairpin. I heard it was officially renamed to that. Now he's coming up to the Casino Straight, aka something in French I can't pronounce. Coming through the final chicane. Will he keep it out of the Wall of Champions? Going through there pretty conservatively. Throws down a time. Michael Doyen is gonna put him in P something. E13. Not last place. Inched ahead of Bob Lindell by 7/10 of a second. And ahead of Luke Penley. That poor Mercedes could not keep up with the Porsche
Poor Mercedes.
of Michael Doyen, unfortunately. Our boy Savio out there, yet to put in a time. Nick Terrell, as usual, he's just sitting in the pits. What do you think he does in the pits while he's not putting in a lap time?
I think he's making a tutorial.
A tutorial for what?
Like a... You know, that's a really good question.
You think Nick Terrell's... Hey, he's in the chat. You think he'll talk to us?
Nick?
Nick Terrell, are you here?
I am. What's up?
What do you do during qualifying? Since you don't qualify.
Just
What's
accounts and eat some snacks and
what kind of snacks you eating for Montreal?
I just finished some of these like cheesy sort of like pretzel like bites. I forget what they even are. And then I was gonna get up and get something else, like a little fruit bar or something probably.
Do you think Max Verstappen eats cheesy pretzels during his qualifying runs?
No, Max Verstappen also makes exponentially more money than me, so I don't think I'm worried too much about having to stay in Formula One driver shape.
Are you saying you're not compensated well in the OMEC Racing League?
Oh no, I'm compensated quite fairly, but it's a little bit less than a world champion Formula One driver. Sad to say.
All right, well, we'll let you get back to your snacks. We just had to pull you in, see what your see what the routine of Nick Tyrrell was.
Yeah, no worries. Feel free to, if you want any in-race correspondence or something, I'll try not to embarrass myself on there, but I'll be around.
Definitely, we'll be pulling in. That was Nick Tyrrell, everyone. What did you think he was gonna say? Honestly, that was pretty correct.
I think that was spot on.
Yeah,
Couldn't have said it better myself.
eating some snacks.
Yeah.
Mitch Buenaventura was not eating snacks tonight. He put down 36.8. He's up there in the top 10. We have no one left on the track for the last minute and a half. Nate Sides is just hanging out. What's he doing? Nate, what you doing there? Just hanging out.
I had to go to the bathroom, so I only did one lap.
You're holding up the whole qualifying. Oh, there you go.
Oh, sorry.
I was like,
I thought people were still out.
I was like, no
My
one's on
bad.
the track. Who's there? Oh, Nate Sides just hanging out in the pits.
Yeah, that's my bad.
All right.
I thought I hit ready to race. We're good now.
All right, we're good. All right, see you later.
All right.
No, he's
Bag
still
back.
there. Who's there? That Audi's still there. Tony Casito. He's on track right now. Tony Casito out on track doing some donuts. I'm not sure what's going on. We pull Tony Casito in.
We should.
Tony, what's going on there, bud?
Just having fun.
You doing okay?
Figured I wouldn't set a better qualifying lap than that, so I just, figured I'd have some fun before the race starts.
What kind of snacks do you eat in your qualifying run? Are you a cheesy pretzel kind of guy, or?
This is an important question. You better answer this right.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a tough question.
Are you not eating snacks right now?
Yeah, it's not. What are you
I'm
eating?
not. You know what? I have a pack of gum on my desk, and I am now going to put a stick of gum in my mouth for you, Marcus.
Absolutely. I love to hear it. Good luck.
There you go. Here, wait. Here, you can hear the wrapper.
I love it. Everyone on the broadcast loves it.
Let's go.
All right, we'll see you for a mid-race interview. Goodbye.
Didn't have to do them like that.
Oh, we're gonna do them like that. All right, we're here. It's the grid. Once P1 grids, I'm gonna have you do your grid countdown. I need a grid countdown camera, not just a rear chase.
I need to skip through the cars as I
do that, but I think, hold on, I'm gonna adjust rear chase. We're gonna do a little side action, a little bit of that. Okay, take it away, grid walk.
We got a new challenger in P1, Savio Panicia, followed by Alex Rassi in P2, Scott Kimbrough, P3. They're all within 0.3 of a second. Then we got Henry Brown in 4th with a 1:35.8. We got Christopher Daniel in 5th with a 1:36.3. Mike Braun in 6th with a 1:36.4.
And a new car, Ferrari.
Is he?
Yeah.
Will Coffey in 7th with a 1:36.7. Nate Sides in 8th with a 1:36.8. We got Mitch Buenaventura in 9th with a 1:36.8. John Kelly in 10th with a 1:36.8. Last three, all within hundredths of a second.
It'll be a close race.
11th, Jeff McDonald with a 1:36.9. Aubrey Kandal in 12th with a 1:37.2. Adam Waukay in 13th with a 1:37.8. Tony Casito in 14th with a 1:38 flat. Michael Doyen in 15th with a 1:38.1. Bob Lindell in 16th with a 1:38.7.
There's another sponsor you can plug, Doyle Plumbing and Heating.
Doyle Plumbing and Heating.
Absolutely.
I don't know where you're from, but hit them up if you need a new toilet.
Absolutely.
Luke Penley in 17th with a 1:39.5. Fen Assini in 18th with a 1:39.5. Nick Terrell, as always, did not qualify. Kevin Medina did not qualify. And Landon Orr did not qualify.
Landon Orr did not qualify.
He was in and out.
Eating a lot of pretzels.
Those cheesy pretzels got to him.
Let's see. Landon Orr, why didn't you qualify?
Oh man, my computer had issues. I had to restart real fast. I wasn't driving that fast anyway.
You didn't spill any pretzels on your computer, did you?
I did not. I didn't spill any pretzels or any wine on my keyboard.
No one has ever done that here, sir. I feel personally attacked. I'm gonna send you back. Goodbye. How dare he?
Oh, and we're green.
Oh, we're green. It's a short pace lap. Savio
We're not used to this.
up front. Savio, Alex Rossi, and Henry Brown, the three Canadians up front, heading through turn 1, turn 2. Porsche, and Ferrari. Oh, there is a spin behind. Was that Kimbrough? Spin from Kimbrough. Any sides crashed? Yeah, let's go back. It's the replay.
You're not streaming, by the way.
Oh, to you.
Yeah.
Okay, now I am. Let's go back to that again. Okay, Nate Sides coming through what looks to be turn 2. And that is Scott Kimbrough, correct, in front of him in that Ferrari?
Yes.
Yeah, Scott Kimbrough, or Mike Braun in the Ferrari. No, Scott Kimbrough was already backwards in front. That's Mike Braun in the Ferrari. Scott Kimbrough backwards in the Lamborghini. He goes into our man Nate Sides who qualified well. That puts Tony Casito in a bad spot. Tries to slow down, gets bumped into. That pushes him into Aubrey Condal. And then we got that sooty Porsche behind him of Mitch Buenaventura. Got Adam Wake sneaking through. What a start. I was not expecting Mike Braun. What happened to Mike Braun?
Full course caution.
No full course caution, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Let's get back to the beginning here. We're gonna pause. Where's Mike Braun? Mike Braun. What happened to him? Chase. There we go. We're gonna hit play. Now, Mike Braun, who is in the Lamborghini? Oh, Scott Kimbrough. Duh. Duh. Man, I am such a professional broadcaster. We're gonna rewind. What happened to Scott Kimbrough? The star of the show. Oh, did he get bumped by the McLaren? Oh no! Oh.
Christopher Daniel.
Christopher Daniel, a newcomer to OMEC League, was my favorite in the McLaren.
He's in third place now too.
Yeah, that was a good one. I'm sure it was not intentional, but Scott Kimbrough is not going to be happy about that one. I'm looking for the cockpit view. There it is. We're going to hit play. Here is in the McLaren coming up. Yeah, I don't think he did that on purpose because he let off the gas a little bit, trying to. That's rough. That's
Another
rough.
big wreck.
We do got another big wreck. Who's the big wreck? Adam Wake? From Mitch Buenaventura?
That's what it looks like.
Mitch Buenaventura setting up the inside of Tony Casito there. Adam Wake just gets loose coming around the hairpin. But did Jeff McDonald get caught up in that one? He did. Jeff McDonald ran right into the front of him. Kevin Medina coming up to the hairpin in that BMW. Let's see how he got caught up behind him. He's got Bob Lindell behind him. Kevin Medina also just kind of ran into him. What happened to Nick Tyrrell? Let's see how he got involved behind Bob Lindell in the Slomek Porsche. Going around the outside, bump. And then, he didn't really crash. He got around it. Jeff McDonald, though, that was a good one. Poor Jeff McDonald. We're gonna do cockpit view. Goes around. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. That sucks. His view was just obscured perfectly until he was right there. That is unfortunate. And then his teammate, John Kelly, we also got a crash from him in a Ferrari tonight. Maybe he's not used to the Ferrari. Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. John Kelly, there he is. Ninja Botanicals Porsche.
Ninja Botanicals. Craven, Southwest Florida. NinjaBotanicals.com.
Coming up, back in, just, gets around him on a little bit, but he gets it under control. And it looks like Scott Kimbrough, he got around Bob Lindell. Does he have a bumper fixed? He does have a bumper fixed. It must have snapped back on. He didn't pit, did he? He didn't. He's making his way. He's charging his way back to the field. There's Scott Kimbrough all over the back of Nick Tyrrell. Not sure if he got around him there or not. I don't think so. They're coming down the straight. We're going to switch back to the live view, though. We're on Mitch Savio right now, up there in first place.
I have a feeling that Nick Tyrrell and Scott Kimbrough are going to work together to climb up the field.
Do you think they're going to work together or they're going to get in a fight? They still haven't passed each other.
I think they're going to work together.
We're going to go on board. Scott Kimbrough doesn't look like they're going to work together. Unless this is Nick's version of working together, but Scott Kimbrough got around him no problem. Up here, let's look at some close battles. We got Mitch Buenaventura all over the back of Aubrey Condal. Little gaggle of cars here. Michael Doyen at the back. That looks like he's in a pretty close battle. He is all over the back of Kevin Medina. Kevin Medina did get caught up in the hairpin incident. He's going to be using that Porsche. That Porsche should be fantastic at the hairpin, because if there's one thing the Porsche is good at, It's corner exit, as I always preach about, and so he should be able to get a good line out of that hairpin, put the power down, and get around that BMW. BMW does have the straight line speed, though.
I think that's all the BMW has going for it.
All right, come back to that. Buenaventura coming up on Finn Ashini. Looking like he was going to make the move, decided not to. Maybe going to hold back. There they are, bouncing over those chicanes. Those are crazy. Coming up to the wall of champions. Here they are on the front straight, coming across start-finish line, going up to turn 1. Mitch Buenaventura thinking about setting it up at the inside. Not going to happen. Going to go through turn 1, going to go through turn 2, try to get a run on Fanticini. Looks like he might make it happen. He's sticking his nose on the inside. They're coming through turns 3 and 4 here. He is going to set it up on the inside, late on the brakes. Toss it through there. Fanticini gets loose on the grass. Going
That's
through
a
that
big one.
chicane. He keeps it out of the wall. Did he keep it out of the wall? He jumps to the pits. There's Fanticini. He had Buenaventura all around him. It was a clean pass, but the pressure was just a little too much for Fenn to handle. It cuts it too close and pops into that wall there. It was kind of a light tap, but I think that was just enough to get him out of there. Albert Condal, we got a crash from him. Not having good luck tonight. Ooh, just hits those curbs wrong. There it is, almost high centers it. Car slides around. He holds the brakes. Ooh, lets everyone pass. Got to do a little 3-point turn there, backing up in traffic. That's a little
Austin
scary. Ooh, he bumps it in a little bit. Doesn't look like a lot of damage. He's out of there. We got a crash from Landon Orr. Not having a good night. Qualified last. Got caught up in some turn 1 carnage. Coming through turns 4 and 5 here. Just understeered. Couldn't quite get it done. Parks in the grass. Hops over the curb. Not having a good night.
How do you think the Ford would handle
The
this
Ford
track?
would be horrible here. You should have hopped in.
I should have.
Next race, you should broadcast, but you should be in the race.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting. Bob Lindell in front of Jeff McDonald there. Did Bob
Boblin
Lindell...
111.
Did he pass Jeff McDonald? Did Bob make a pass?
That's what it looks like.
Bob Lindell did pass. Jeff McDonald passed Bob Lindell, and then Bob Lindell passed Jeff McDonald. We're right up here at the beginning. Little battle going on here. Bob Lindell giving those two the room on the inside. Jeff McDonald tried to take it on the outside. They're coming with this back straight. Looks like they're heading up to the hairpin. Where Jeff McDonald's looking like he's going to try to make the move at the inside of the hairpin. Doesn't get it done. Maybe gets a better exit. He doesn't. Bob Lindell keeps it on the back straight, and there he drives away into the sunset. Landon Orr is having rough. That car is looking like it's driving pretty rough. I think we should pull him in here and see how it's going.
Talk to him.
Landon, how's that car driving, buddy?
Oh my god. How bad's the dam?
Your front bumper it's a little tweaked. It's still there, but
It's still there. Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
progress.
it's pretty wavy, and your back end's pretty wavy.
Yeah, this has been pretty rough. Do I still have a spoiler?
You got a spoiler.
Okay, that's progress as well.
Your
Okay.
air is all spoiled. Your back end's a little jacked up. But what'd you think about that turn 1 incident? You got kind of. Is that where you got caught up there?
No, that's the worst part. It wasn't even that. It was me screwing it up on like turn 4.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That wall comes at you fast.
You got 20 minutes left. Keep your head down. You might be able to get yourself up there.
I just don't want to be back on here again for the last place interview. That's all I want
All right. Well, keep your head down. You can do it.
to.
That is not looking too good for him. Who do we got?
No, it's
Time
not.
out. We got Henry Brown is all over the back of Mike Braun. Mike Braun, back of that Ferrari, is getting a little loose. We'll see if Henry Brown had a better exit coming out of the hairpin onto the casino straight. Savio is running away with it up there, by the way, in first place. 8 seconds ahead of Rossi. Think it's Rossi or Rossi?
We'll have to ask him, but I think it's Rassi.
Coming over that, man. Bumping over that last chicane is ridiculous.
I remember when, back in my day, season 2, this was the one track where I took my drop week. I was not a fan.
Not a fan. Even you were in the GT4s. They pop right over those, no problem.
Not a fan. I am not a Chicanes RS enjoyer.
Well, we got Henry Brown all over the back of Mike Braun. I'm thinking Mike Braun's probably done a little bit of practice, and Henry Brown, as we know, has probably done about 5 minutes of practice. Has chosen the Ferrari, and he is hunting down Mike Braun. Both equally matched in I rating. Mike Braun's 3,028. Henry Brown is 3,032. He gets the pass done into the final chicane. Ooh, looks like that ran wide a little bit. I don't know if Mike Braun's gonna be happy about that one. Let me see this from the outside view. We were in cockpit view. That really wasn't too good. He sends it up the inside. He did get the pass made cleanly. Looks like Mike Braun gave him some room, looking for the old switcheroo, trying to hang back and get a good run. They're coming down to the hairpin. He's able to stay in front of him in the hairpin. They're coming down the casino straight onto the very final chicane here. We're gonna do slow-mo over this chicane. You can see how much they bump, how much they go in the air. We'll see how much he hits it. Look at that. That looks terrible.
Like a foot.
All out of sorts. Mike Braun behind him, interestingly, not taking those chicanes, not taking chances. He's super close to the wall champions there. Beautiful. Well, he got that pass. But then, oh, he got a slowdown there. He had to stop. Mike Braun got around him.
Slow down for cutting the corner.
He did. He cut it a little too much. Mike Braun got around him. He had to get on the brakes. And that's what happens at the Wall of Champions. We got a crash from Fen Achini. Let's see what happened. Going across into turn 1, turn 2. We'll see what happens. Maybe cut it just a little too much. The back end. Oh, this didn't even get turned in at all. Up there. He's going to take that slow down. You know, that's better than putting it in the wall. So. We got Savio completely running away with it. 13 seconds ahead of Alex Rossi. It's just not even a competition. He is out there cruising, using his God-given Canadian knowledge of this circuit to traverse it as fast as possible. Alex Rossi also behind him. Looks like it's a Porsche track. But our man, P3, we got a McLaren, Chris Daniel. A little bit of a move on Scott Kimbrough at the beginning there. But regardless, that got him in a third easily, but he's got the pace. His fastest lap is a 36.2. Scott Kimbrough's fastest lap is a 36.3. What do you think about the McLaren now?
I've always thought it was a cool car.
I do like the McLaren. It kind of suffers. It's not as bad as the Ford, but the Ford is the oldest. It was the next one. There was a time in iRacing history where it was only the Ford and the McLaren.
Those were the days.
They weren't my days. I'm not a dinosaur. Looking through the field, though, looking for the action. Michael Doyen, half a second behind Kevin Medina. Looking to try to get a move made. I think he's been behind him this entire race. Hopefully he can make something happen here in the last 14 minutes of the race. Do you think anyone's going to have to fuel save on this track?
I think so, just because of the massive long straights and not very many corners.
It has been interesting with the 30-minute race time and the 50% fuel. You know, technically you got 30 minutes of fuel, but it goes one lap longer. You're kind of screwed.
Yep.
Bob Lindell is able to hold off the rabid horde of Kevin Medina and Michael Doyen. He is up 5 places from his qualifying, holding a solid P11. You think he's going to be able to catch up to anyone, make a P10 out of it tonight?
My guess is there's going to be one more big wreck, and that's going to be all Bob. He's going to get that P10.
I think he can do it. Up front, Scott Kimbrough in PA looking to make a pass on Buenaventura, coming up to turns 3 and 4, right where he passed Ben. Got that pass made, no problem. Scott Kimbrough is a man on a mission. He is now 6 seconds behind Henry Brown. Now, what do you think is going to happen when Scott Kimbrough catches back up to Chris Daniel? There gonna be some fireworks. There gonna be a show.
I think Scott Kimbrough's level-headed enough not to do anything silly, but I don't think Scott Kimbrough's the happiest with him right now.
Scott Kimbrough's on a mission. We need a league where it's next season. Nick Tyrrell and Scott Kimbrough start the back every race.
I think he could do it.
Henry Brown
Oh.
crashed at the hairpin. That's going to be a good pass for Scott Kimbrough right around him. What happened to Henry Brown? Side by side with Mike Braun there in that Ferrari. Just rear
he
end,
just
just
lost it.
loses it. No one touches him, keeps it out of the wall, gets it back on track, safe rejoin, all that good stuff. Beautiful. But then it looks like he crashed again and jumped to the pits. Where is his next crash? Did he just give up?
He didn't hit anything.
We're gonna see right here. I think he's just done. He's out.
Or he just quit.
Sometimes it be like that, you know?
Oh, but you know what that means.
Bob
My guess
Lindell.
was accurate. Bob
Top
Lindell in
10.
10.
Bob Lindell, P10.
I told you.
Bob Lindell's muted, but Bob Lindell, you're P10.
Oh, sure, you had to tell me that, didn't you?
I did.
That's an exciting day, isn't
we
it?
were just talking about you on the broadcast, and then Henry Brown crashed. Put you up P10.
Yeah, I know I was gunning for Kimbrough, and I had my chance. He was behind me. But, you know what? Someday.
I think you're gonna be able to take Tony Casito down.
Oh, I'm just waiting for my opportunity.
You can do it. Keep your head down. I
I
believe
think there's
in
a
you.
little bit of strategy. Going on. Everybody's fuel saving quite a bit. Hoping we can outpit each other at the end, but we'll see how it goes.
All right, we're gonna put you back in your home before we make you wreck.
All right, thanks.
Do you think he's gonna catch up to Tony Casito?
He's got the pace.
They're behind Terrell here. It's Tony Casito, Bob Lindell, Kevin Medina, and Michael Doyen. Michael Doyen back in the mix. Kevin Medina, he's just biding his time behind Michael Doyen. I think he is maybe doing a little bit of fuel saving. Gonna see if Casito or Lindell are gonna get in some kind of battle and fight, but they're all close to each other. They're all within a second. Going through here. Chicane into the wall of champions. He takes those curbs like a pro. Got Kevin Medina all over the back of Bob Lindell. Looking to dethrone him from his top 10 spot. He is falling back from Casquito quite a bit there. 1.4 seconds behind him. And Kevin Medina is getting a little impatient. Looks like he wants to get around him. That's going to be a mistake, though. Hitting on the bumper. Michael Doyen's going to be right up next to him. He's going to be sitting there driving. He's seeing the headlights of those Porsche right behind him. Looking to make a mistake. Do you get bothered by the cars in your rearview mirror? Does it mess
Not
you up
even
at
a
all?
little bit.
Not
If
even
they're
a little
behind
bit.
me,
Nerves
yeah.
of steel.
They're behind me. They're obviously slow, right?
Yeah, but what if they're coming up and like bump drafting you and shit, and they're like all over you?
Well,
Do you let them
looks like
by,
I
or
need to-
are you like, I die, we both die?
You think I'm letting somebody by? You kidding me?
You gotta pick your battles.
No. I need to win.
That is true. Looks like Michael Doyen's falling back a little bit there. It looks like Kevin Medina might have toned it down a little bit, almost running in the back there. Nate Sides
We
and
got
John
10
Kelly.
minutes left to go.
Yeah, what happened to Jeff McDonald? Looks like he's in the pits. I don't know why he's in the pits. Jeff McDonald went off track. Let's see what happened. Jeff McDonald. Oh! Oh! What happened there? I think a wheel disconnect or his computer crashed. He just drove it right in the wall. Ended it all. Ninja Botanicals, #1 kratom supplier of South Florida. Competing.
Southwest Florida.
So, I mean, is there really an East and West Florida? It's like, how long does it take to drive across Florida, east to west? 20 minutes?
At least 4 hours. Maybe 12.
Talk to me when you've driven east to west across Nebraska.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You drive I-80 across that bad boy.
And that's not even a fun one.
No, it's not. It's terrible. I grew up there. It's awful.
Ugh.
You ever been behind two Swift trucks trying to pass each other while one's going 60 and one's going 60 and a half?
Don't even get me started on the Swift trucks.
Swift trucks are terrible. Michael Doyen's still back here. Doyen Heating and Plumbing. I don't know what's New England. If you need heating and plumbing in New England, get a hold of Michael Doyen.
England is a city.
It's New England. It's a region.
New England is a city.
We're working on it. We're actually sending Devin back to school so he can be more educated. Chris Daniel
I
up
need
there on
that.
the top. Tony Casito kind of catching it right there. Tony Casito and Nick Tyrrell. Pretty even. They always seem to be fighting each other. I'd like to point out that Tony Casito is 1.3K I rating and Nick Tyrrell is 3.2K. So props to you, Tony. Do I bring...
Alright, pull up Tony's stats.
You're pulling up his stats.
Yep, pull up his stats.
You pull up his stats. I'll bring Nick into the booth. Nick, how do you are you worried about Tony behind you?
No, we're both actually fuel saving right now to avoid a stop. If we're doing full push. Everybody should have to stop if they're pushing.
That's interesting. How many do you have to save? Like a whole lap, or how much do you have to save?
It was like about more than half a lap.
Interesting.
Yeah, like right now, I'm showing I'll be finished at like about a quarter gallon, but at one point I was have to put about a half gallon or more in.
Do you think Savio, who's like 40 seconds ahead of you, if he has to pit, you gonna be able to like get ahead of him?
It might be kind of close.
That'll be interesting. If he's fuel saving, that'll be impressive.
Yeah, I think P2 might be fuel saving Alex. That's why he's actually back by the 20-some second.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so he's banking on that. He's banking on the other guy to be pushing, I think.
You never know about the Canadians. They're sneaky.
No. Gotta get you at the maple syrup, man.
That'll happen. All right. Well, good luck.
Kind of like a banana
Thank you.
in Mario Kart, except it's syrup.
Yes, but it sticks you to the track. Well, you know, I thought that'd be more of an exciting battle, but everyone's just fuel saving. Do you think Savio's gonna have to? What's Savio running? His last lap was a 35.8, and everyone else is running 37. So I'm thinking Savio is gonna have to stop for gas.
We
With
have
like,
one slight issue. I cannot pull Tony Caicedo's stats because his name is Anthony.
well, look up Anthony.
I already did. He has to spell it weird.
Well, let's bring him in. Tony,
Yes, hello.
don't crash.
You know, I'm trying my best. I know I have a 9x right now.
How do you spell your first name?
What was that?
How do you spell your first name?
My actual first name or
Yes.
what I go by? Anthony, Anthony.
He's trying to find your iRacing stats.
Oh, Tony Caicedo. But I
Oh,
like
it's
recently
Tony?
had that changed from Anthony to Tony rather.
That's why.
There you go.
There he is.
Well, good luck. I was just talking about how you were keeping up with Nick Tyrrell because he was 3,000 I rating, and then Nick said that you guys are fuel saving. So
Yeah, I'm trying to follow his line work together to fuel save. I let him by because I know I'm slower on this track. So my goal is just trying to keep this position and fuel save as much as I can.
Are you worried at all about Bob Lindell behind you?
You know, I have the stream playing on my TV, so I heard the words he had to say. So only slightly.
All right. Well, keep an eye on him. He can be sneaky.
Yeah, that I'm going to.
We'll see what happens. Good luck.
Alrighty, thank you.
That was Tony Casito.
It appears as if he just doesn't do very many races.
Maybe he does a lot of league racing. Well, he did leave the league for a long time and then came back, so.
In his 3-year iRacing career, he only has 127 starts.
That is impressive.
6 starts on oval, and 2 starts on dirt road.
That's way more oval starts than anyone should ever do.
6?
Yeah. Michael Doyen, we're on board with him. It was looking like he was going to try to throw a send in there. Coming up on the inside. He was trying to sell the dummy, but Kevin Medina was definitely not buying it. He is Aubrey Kundal. Definitely hunting him down from the back. He's probably wanting to make a move on Medina. Or he's just fuel saving. You know someone who I don't think is fuel saving? Scott Kimbrough. Made his way back out to P6. Actually, he's behind Mike Braun, his teammate, so he may be fuel saving right now. That sounds like the sound. Fuel saving Lamborghini. Landon Orr, is this a real crash, buddy? Say it ain't so. I'm thinking he just went wide. Ooh, the back end spun around. Locked up the brakes. Got it going. Landon's having a rough night. Looks like Kimbrough is just kind of hanging behind Mike Braun there. A fuel saving. They know that Savio is going to have to pit. I think Savio knows he's going to have to pit, so he's a really... Ben Acini crashed? Was it a real crash? Coming up here at turn 1. People just really like to miss that turn 1. Being nice, letting John Kelly there by. Nice rejoin back on the correct track. It says he crashed again. We'll see if this one was a real crash. No, that was the same thing. Well, we got 1 minute of the race left. You think Savio's gonna pit?
There's no way. I think he's gonna go out with a ball of fire.
You think he's
if
gonna coast across the finish line? Chris
he
Daniel.
has 30 seconds.
Chris Daniel all over the back of Will Coffey there for a second.
He's just gotta play it safe.
Will Coffey had passed Chris Daniel. Yeah, Will Coffey got around Chris Daniel. I think Chris Daniel's in ultimate fuel saving mode right now. Benicini crashed and then jumped to a pits. This might be a real one. Bob Lindell is in the pits. First one to pit. Fuel saving did not work out well for him. Fenn just gave up. All right. I sport it. I pinged Adam to see if he would be down for an interview, but we're going to find out. Savio still not pitted. We're at 30 minutes. Is this the final lap? Does he have to pit? He's not pitting. That's the checker flag. He's done. Savio's done. First place. Did not pit. Second place, Alex Rossi. Is 27 seconds behind.
Impressive win from Savio.
Everyone was fuel saving and he didn't have to pit. What happened to Chris Daniel? Chris Daniel ran out of gas, must have. Or he's about to. He ran that whole race in 3rd place. He's back down to 7th. But there is Alex Rossi coming across in 2nd place. Mike Braun and Scott Kimbrough coming across 3rd and 4th. Going over the final chicane there, keeping out of the wall champions. Will Coffey and that Golf Ferrari coming across in 5th place. Mitch Buenaventura up into 6th. Chris Daniel, unfortunately, ran that whole race in 3rd, but fell down to 7th place. This is his first time here, right? I'm gonna see if he
I
can
believe so.
get an interview. Nick Tyrrell, the fuel-saving machine, turned out to not be worth it at all. He's finishing down there in 8th place. Behind him, Kevin Medina. Not quite sure what happened to Tony Casito. He's down. Aubrey Condal in 10th. Michael Doyen in 11th. Tony Casito in 12th place. Tony Casito ran out of gas. That's him coasting down the start-finish line. That's Nate Sides around him. John Kelly's going to pass him. That's putting him down to 14th. Can Bob Lindell pass him? Bob Lindell. Here comes Bob Lindell across the line. That's Bob Lindell in 4th place. Luke Penley. Can Luke Penley make it happen? Luke Penley can't make it happen. Oh, Luke Penley's being a good guy. He's pushing him. Let him finish. Poor Tony.
Poor gentleman.
When did Tony run out of gas? Let's see. And then we can do some interviews.
True Cars behavior right there.
Yeah, true. Poor Tony. Is his engine cutting out here? Oh, he still had full power going down the straight. I think he knew that he was definitely going to run out of gas. Who do we got? You want to do...
Let me talk to my boy Savio again.
First place for you. All right, here he is. Savio Devin is here to ask you some questions.
Right.
How did you pull 30 seconds on second place?
Well,
And
I mean,
didn't fuel save. Everyone behind you was fuel saving, by the way, and we were waiting for you to pit, and you didn't pit.
I was fuel saving.
You were fuel saving, and you pulled 30 seconds on the field.
Well, it's because I'm in a call. I was in a call with Alex, right? And he was just having major wheel problems. Like he would just get stuck in second gear. So like one time down the whole back straight, he was in second gear the whole time. We couldn't shift, so.
Oh man.
I mean, I think it would have been a good race with him. We would have had fun there, but it's unfortunate, I guess.
Still, even if Alex wasn't having issues, you would be 40 seconds ahead of P3. It's impressive.
I guess it's just more my track than Mugello was.
Have you been here in real life?
No.
No? Okay.
Oh, just I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's the right country this time.
You are
I
a
like
Chicane's RS enjoyer, it seems like, though.
Yeah. Indeed. But other than that, it was I didn't think I was gonna have pace into this race, but I mean, after practice and even qualifying, I guess I was confident.
As you should have been. You qualified. Oh, yeah, no, I'm getting mixed up. You had 3/10 to third place, being Scott Kimbrough.
Yeah.
I got you. That is all I have for you, unless Marcus has something for you.
That is all I got. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for coming. This is your guys' first outing here with us in our actual league races. Hopefully maybe you'll come check us out next season. There might be some kind of pro-am division, so hope you stick around. Thanks for coming out. Hope you had fun.
Thank you for the race.
No problem. We are gonna have P2 Alex. How do you say your last name? Rossi?
Yes, sir, Rossi.
Alex Rossi. So you got P2. We heard you had a little bit of wheel problems there. What was happening tonight?
Yeah, I couldn't get it to upshift, downshift, or kind of do anything half the time, so was just kind of trying to keep it on the track and not like rage quit into a wall.
We did actually have a few people rage quit into a wall, so you did good not doing that, and you kept it 12 seconds ahead of Mike Braun and Scott Kimbrough.
Yeah, it wasn't so bad. I was really hoping to be pressuring Saab for the win, like at least because he was faster, obviously. But you know, to stay somewhere near him could have been a race. But from the first corner, it wouldn't downshift. So that was kind of that. Lost like a second in the first lap on shifting, so kind of game over.
Definitely. Well, do you like Montreal? Is this one of your favorite tracks, or do you hate it?
Yeah, exactly. I live like 20 minutes away. I've driven it in my road car before, so
nice.
It's disappointing to not be able to try and at least push for the win here, but it is what it is.
Well, it might be around another season if you stick around, race with us. So I appreciate you coming out, racing with us tonight. Good job on P2. Hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Hopefully we'll see you then.
All right, see it.
Yeah.
We got one more interview. Mr. Adam Walkhay, double DNF. If he's here with us, how to go tonight?
You guys, not too well. That's for sure.
Yeah, walk us through what happened. So on the broadcast, I had to step away for a minute. Had a little work on call thing, so I missed the play-by-play. But I came back, saw you driving around Mugello with literally no rear end to your Ferrari.
Yeah, that was a moment, to be honest. So I think I can't remember who I was following, but I was following the car in front. I think I overtook them on the last corner onto the main straight, and just into turn one, I started getting squirrely on the exit. And yeah, just there was a collision there since we were so close after the final turn there. So we just got rear-ended, lost my wing. I tried to be as safe as possible going around the rest of the track, but yeah, just lost it in the later on in the track, and yeah, that was it. I think I had 10x at that point anyway, so I had a drive-through plus no wing to tow. So I just decided to call it a night.
Yeah, you didn't have the wing or the diffuser. I couldn't believe how many parts were missing off the back of that Ferrari. It looked incredible.
Yep, it was pretty hard.
Yeah. What happened to Montreal tonight?
Well, I mean, did you see that start?
Yeah, that was
some
a crazy
start there. Right? Yeah, I think I gained one. Those were actually my first laps around Montreal. I've never raced the track before.
Nice.
So I didn't qualify that well. I think I started in the back half the pack.
Yeah.
So that was a difficult one for sure to start. And then there's just a massive pile up, I think, after turn one. People were just sliding everywhere, cold tires, all that stuff. So somehow I got to P6, way out qualified my pace, or way out of position for my pace. So I think I started pushing too hard, and yeah, I just lost it in the hairpin. So apologies for anyone who hit me after that. But yeah, it was a tough one for me this week.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Well, luckily there is 3 drop weeks, so we got our season finale next week at Sebring. You excited for Sebring? You like that track, or?
Is it Sebring or is it Silverstone?
Silverstone. Silverstone.
Yeah,
I'm a smart person.
Yeah, Silverstone should be fun. I'll probably put in a bit more practice for that one than this one, but yeah, for sure, it'll be a good one.
Definitely.
Come back strong.
All right, well, we'll be looking forward to your non-DNF at Silverstone. Thanks for hopping on the booth, talking with us for a second. Hopefully,
yeah, for sure.
Hopefully, we'll
Thanks,
interview
guys.
you next week for P1.
And shout out to Valhalla Motorsports. Just saying, let's do it.
100%. You guys can do it.
All right, see you guys
later. Well, that's gonna do it for us. Chris Daniels. I almost wish we could have interviewed him.
It was an interesting
That
little series of events.
That right there at the beginning, that was pretty interesting. But unfortunately, that's gonna do it for us. That was our double header, the last one of season 5. Next week, of course, we're going back to England. We're at Silverstone. What do you think of Silverstone? Do you like that track? I hate it.
England is my city.
You like Silverstone?
I'm not even sure I've ever driven it.
I don't like it at all.
Really?
It's okay. It just seems like a lot of turns that I just get confused on. Maybe it's just because I suck, I used to not like Sebring until I got good at it. But that's going to do it for us.
Are you going to be carrying the team at the 12 hours of Sebring?
I will be. That'll be me. But that's going to do it for us. This is the end of the week. Any final words, Devin Adams?
I got nothing. That was another fun week of watching some racing.
He's got nothing. I also got nothing. We are out of here. Hopefully, we got 10 people tonight, 10 people. That's better than like 7 last night. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. We'll be here broadcasting for you. We will see you